Yahoo's Chris Haynes reporting Tuesday a group of NBA superstars had a conference call, including the president of the NBA PA, Chris Paul, and they reached consensus on supporting a return to play when it's safe enough to do so. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that the NBA Players Association reps were canvassing players around the league about their thoughts about returning. I think we can put Larry Nance Jr. down as a yes.
You could tell me, hey, look, if it's safe, but you got to play at 4 a.m. Like I think I said before, play at 4 a.m. with one hand behind your back and your eyes closed. I just want to play at any point. So as long as it's safe, I'll be there. I'll play 82 games in 82 days at this point. I think all guys are just itching. Guys are itching to come back. Obviously, the key word being safe. But yeah, I would, if that was the idea proposed and it was safe, I'll vote yes. I'll be the first one to vote yes.
Woj dropping some more positive news Tuesday evening. I called him the Grim Reaper the other day, saying on Twitter, attendees left the Board of Governors call with Adam Silver today feeling positive about momentum toward an NBA return to play this season. The discussion included how the league and players will need to get comfortable with some positive tests for the virus, not shutting down a resumption. A team's worth of NBA superstars get on a conference call. Sounds like the beginning of a joke, Brian Windhorst, but apparently it's quite serious as stars around the league are saying, hey, we want to do this. And as Woj tweets out, there's growing kind of hope. It seems like the pendulum swings back and forth from incredibly negative to, hey, let's go forward and do this. What's the sense among those that you speak to around the league about, let's try to do this, we want to?
Well, I'll tell you what, starting on Friday, star players like Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, LeBron James, their paychecks are going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars lighter than they were supposed to be. And if that isn't a motivating factor right now, I don't know what is. There's a number of different committees working. There's secret committees. There's superstar committees. There's union committees. Everybody's got a committee. But I'm going to tell you that you're all going to come out with the exact same bottom line, which is this is going to be a study in risk tolerance. We're not going to have a cure, and we're not going to have a vaccine in time for this season. So this is going to come down to the NBA building layers of protection. How much risk are you willing to accept? It's going to land ultimately, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but ultimately it's going to land on Adam Silver's desk. And he's going to have to make the call. And it's going to be one of the biggest decisions he's made in his career. And all of the sports commissioners across all the sports are going to have to figure out where their risk tolerance is.
I made the exact same comment last night, and I realize that this is unpopular because by me saying what I'm about to say, people will hear it as me saying, I don't care if people die. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a guy like Donovan Mitchell got it, Brian. He had the coronavirus. He never had a fever. He was asymptomatic. If a player gets this moving forward, the NBA's I guess they're essentially saying we're going to have to deal with that and continue on because we can't stop the league for that or else we'll never finish. Does that sound reasonable to you?
That is the position that the league is taking now. It wasn't the position 6 weeks ago. It may not be the position in 6 weeks. Frankly, they're making this up as they go along. And that sounds like it's an insult, but it's not. It's just a reality. And at some point, they're going to get pressed into a corner. I don't know if it's going to be June 15th or August 15th or October 15th, but they're going to be pressed into a corner where the money issue is so great that they're going to have to make a decision. And I do not envy them in that moment.
How far back do you think they're willing to push this current season, given how much they currently have invested in it, to push back the start of and then the conclusion of next season? Like, is there a line in the sand where they're just like, look, we can't go beyond that?
For the last few weeks, it's been Labor Day. Ask me again in a couple of weeks because it continues to change. I did a lot of work on this, and I'm telling you, if Adam Silver called me and asked me, hey, you talked to a bunch of experts, you talked to a bunch of our people, what do you think? I would tell him, shut it down for right now, come back in the fall, have your training camp, and then play your playoffs. Crown your 2020 champion sometime in November, and then immediately move on to the 2020-2021 season and let football and baseball and hockey and whomever else be first through the door. There's this rush to be first. If I was Adam Silver, I wouldn't be in a rush to be first.
That's really interesting. Maybe whoever's second or third might actually end up being the smartest league, you think?
Scott, I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't. I just know that there's going to be mistakes made, and we're talking about life and death here, and I don't want to be the one making the mistakes.
That's very, very well said. I appreciate it. And I don't want to be the guy asking you questions you don't know the answer to. And I appreciate you saying what we are all in the same boat.
I wish I had the answers.
I
wish I did.
You don't know. If you knew, we got a genius sitting in Nebraska. Let's get him in charge. You're in charge. Windhorst is in charge. Thanks, man. Stay safe.
I don't want the job. I don't want it. Don't give it to me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.